Welcome. And you're listening to Radio FM 88 Australia, and it's Dreaming the New Dream. It's our Thursday show, which goes simulcast here in Australia, but global. And naturally, with this technology, we've got our co-host who's in the UK, and none other than Andrena Forrest. So I'm going to hand it over to Andrena, and then she can have a quick chin wag how she come across our guest, who's currently setting up in the studios in the UK.
Hi, welcome everybody, and good morning to another day of Dreaming the New Dream. And today it's the 15th of June 2023, and we're nearly coming up to the summer solstice here in the UK. Today I have the lovely Magdalena Atkinson, who's just getting herself ready. A few technical hitches. I met her must have been over 2 months ago. I went to I thought I was just going to a little drumming circle in a hall, but it was actually in the woods, out in the open. And it was absolutely beautiful. And Magdalena was there, and she was playing the music. She was doing singing, drumming, all sorts of amazing things. And I so enjoyed it. Absolutely beautiful. So hence, spoke to Magdalena afterwards, and I invited her to come on the show. And anyway, while she's getting ready, she sent me a link to download, what's it called? Gene Keys Guide. And I've never heard of this before, but I tell you what, I read out, I'm coming live from Glastonbury today. I'm staying with my sister. Anyway, I read out my profile of the Gene's Code. Is it Genes or Genie? Genie Keys Code Guide. And it was really fascinating. It was, I went, oh my gosh, that's so amazing. So I think we'll probably put the link up for you to, I don't know if Jeff, you've got it. I'll look for it. But anyway, we'll get it put up. But it was really fascinating about myself, because I said to Carol, I said, oh, you need to do this and let's see what yours says. So it was another interesting viewpoint. So you've got yourself muted, Magdalena.
I did.
Oh, you've done it, have you?
Yeah. Just
Right.
hang on a sec. I'll put it back in. Hang on a sec. I nearly kicked her out.
Jeffrey, unmute me.
Ray, hello. Hi, lovely. Welcome to Dreaming the New Dream.
Can you hear me now?
I can. Can you, Jeff?
Beautiful.
Pardon me?
Can you hear her okay now?
Pardon?
Get on.
I can see you. The picture is not being frozen. I am not in a place which has more light, but it is as it is. And I'm very glad that even though there was a few stressful minutes, we can settle now.
It was.
And welcome all the beautiful readers and listeners and everybody.
Well, thank you for agreeing to come on the show. And I was just sharing how I met you, and you doing the drumming, the music, and all the singing, all the wonderful things that you were doing. So totally blessed for having you being a guest today. So thank you for coming on the show. And I know you've got so many things to share, and you're going to give us some music. And I know you're a Shakti Dance teacher, yoga, you're a music therapist, you're the Genie Keys Guide, which I was sharing that I found amazing when I just put in my date of birth and what have you. I thought, oh my God, it was spot on. So anyway, we can talk a little bit further down the track. And I know you do Shakti dancing, so I'm looking forward to coming to one of your sessions. So without further ado, I know you were born in Poland, and I know you came into UK 2004. So would you like to share the start of your life, how you've come to be here in this moment in time and all the steps along the way?
Beautiful. Yes. I mean, it's like every life story. It can be put into a book, or it could be served as a pill. And I suppose we'll just do, what we can do. And I will try to share what is right. Yes, so I come from the very musical family, especially from my mom's side. However, she didn't pursue her music career. However, her cousins did. But the music was always in our house, in her house. So my granddad played the accordion, grandma played the piano. We were always singing with my mom. My mom, in her 40s, reclaimed her gift of singing and songwriting. Probably singing
Fabulous.
always. She was always singing. We were always singing. But she kind of started to write music. And to be honest, I think that I wasn't really well. I was supportive on her journey, but only when I reached the age I reached. Or I restarted my journey, I suddenly saw what a big step it was for her to come out. And I was lucky because I had a full music education. So I could kind of get back to their level, which sounds with good musical background. I don't want to call it necessarily immediately professional, because it is a steps to get into that level. But my mom didn't have it, so she needed to face some rejection, and nevertheless, she was always writing and always singing, always sharing her songs, and some of the songs are really deeply brewing my heart when she sings them. And I started my songwriting probably similar time. Actually, not really. It was so natural that my mom writes a song for me to write the songs. So I started to do some writing at university, and I get a band. Actually, the band kind of found me. I didn't search for the band, but there was a kind of, oh, would you mind to sing in a band? And then I said, yeah, but what songs? And they showed me the songs, and I wasn't sure about the songs. So I started to write my own. And we did lovely. It was great. But then I got invitation. I always wanted to go abroad, and I always wanted to go the scholarship abroad. And my chances for getting scholarship in Europe were quite slim, because my English was not good enough. My French was not good enough. My German didn't exist. And you needed some, good grasp of the language to study abroad. But I was very lucky, Jeffrey. I went as long nearly as you, a few steps before, because I got a scholarship in Bali.
Bali!
So I was very blessed. And I lived 1 year on Bali Island, trying to learn Bahasa Indonesia. At school, nobody spoke English. So my English was good, bad, it didn't matter. But it was very challenging, because I needed to learn the language. And of course, you cannot learn Bahasa Indonesia or any language in just a year time, even though it is called as a simple language comparing to other complex languages. So I was a bit frustrated, but at the same time, blessing every beautiful day in the tropics. And I nearly went to Australia. I had a chance to go to Australia, but then it would be one-way ticket to Australia or return to Europe. And I started to miss Europe. I even started to miss being cold. Can you imagine?
Really? Yes.
You know something, Andrena, about it. Yeah. So I came back to Europe, but it was Europe. It wasn't necessarily Poland. That was interesting. For me, it was the culture, the coolness of the churches, not necessarily church itself, but that coolness and the history and landscape. And so, forwarding the story a little bit, I met my current husband, who is English, in Corfu Island in Greece, and I moved to the UK in 2004. And then at that time, he didn't know that I'm a musician. I already kind of felt I'm not good enough because my English was not good enough. So it's like, why should I? So I was slightly at the background, and I had a family, 3 children. One after another, they were coming. In 4 years' time, I had 3 children. It was a very intense time. And then the longing started. It's like, what you are here for? Are you here only just to have the family and be housewife? These questions many women is asking. And I didn't know the answer. The answer was so obvious. If I knew my hologenetic profile, the gene key profile, obviously I would step and had courage maybe earlier to get into that. But everything has divine timing. And I needed to go through the time of unsettled, being very unsettled, slightly depressed, not very happy. But at the same time, on a daily basis, I needed to be happy for my children. So that was the internal battle, how to sort out this longing. And the longing, I had a shamanic healing, and the longing came, you need to come dancing and singing again, like your little girl was. I said, well, it wasn't a little girl only. I asked the 7 years old. It was all my teenager wanted to do that. All my university student wanted to do it. So that was suddenly, it is obvious, but how? This very silly question we all ask, how? That question is stopping us from so many things because we don't know how, because the answer is not immediately in our, in front of us. But luckily, the how started to kind of come out. I started to play and sing some very simple songs. At the time I was working with children. So there was a sing children's songs, and I did a concert of my original children's songs in 2011, I think. And then the chant started to come. And then I found Shakti Dance, which was a wonderful journey, 1-year training at Shakti Dance with Sarah Aftar. She came to the UK, so I didn't need to travel. Actually, it was even in my neighborhood because the training took place in Glastonbury, Bath, and Gon's house. So in Longbourn. I was very lucky. It just came to my doorstep. So it was possible to do when I was traveling, not being at home with the children and things like that, when they were still very little. And then that started the whole story of reclaiming my gift of songwriting. So I started to record my first album, and then the second album followed. So Beauty and Power was first, and then The Love and Light was second. And then stepping into the role of teaching Shakti Dance, and stepping into the role of doing the music therapy sessions. So Andrena, what you saw when we came and saw each other, that was it's a fruit of my work as a songwriter and as a facilitator of workshops when people feel good about themselves. So these are skills acquired through the training, through the teacher training. I'm a qualified teacher as well. Through music therapy, I work with the special needs people, with elderly. Before the pandemic, it was much more than now. And then I started to offer Thrive concerts, which were very interactive. And I did many of them around Dorset. And then the pandemic stopped it all. And then after that, I started to run the workshops, Drum and Chant. In the meantime, I had a band, Magdalena and the Mystical Birds. But sadly, the band is still in existence and we do things, but we had so much enthusiasm and so much creativity and so much energy. But 2020 was really, really tough. And 2021 was tough. And 2022 was tough. Because as a new band, it was very difficult to come out. We tried many different tricks, and it's not easy for any musicians to be out. So me right now sharing my music during the kind of festivals and small groups, intimate concerts with people is actually what works at the time being best. If there is a gig with a band, we take it. And they are coming. In the summer, there will be few. But in some sense, the whole music world is quite overwhelming. It's a jungle. It's like how to make people, interested in what you do. It's really, really tough. If there is any musician, any creative person out there, that to turn it from your hobby, passion into actually being able to make a living, for many of us, it's very challenging. And here comes, I feel, the gift of creativity. We can actually neglect it, and then the spiral goes down because we lose the spirit. It's just like, what's the point of all of this? Or we can cultivate it and do things. Nevertheless, if it's going to be failure or success, just do it. And in my case, I feel like I'm endlessly kind of enriching my portfolio, but I believe that this is the only way that I never will be a debut singer, if you know what I mean, because my debut should be in 20s, and I didn't do that. I mean, I did, but it didn't come to anything. So I neglected my gift for 10 years. You know, I had my band in Poland in last gig in 2020, and then till 2011, probably, I haven't been out and singing at all. So long time. So long time of neglect, and not feeling really who you are. You know, it's kind of playing the role, the social role, and being a mother is a wonderful role, and it is who we are as well. So I don't want to tell that you know, those years were wasted, but my creativity suffered, and now is just stepping into that and being an example for others, I think, because many people are coming back to me saying, wow, you know, has so much perseverance, so much determination. And I said, I don't even see it like that. When I have it's like being a well, and you just need to, you know, draw the water and pull it out, but the well is always full, you know, and it's all up to us if we want to drop the bucket and take something out, or just neglect it. And of course the well, you know, will be there but not used. I think this is a good parallel to any of our talents and any of our gifts, because if we allow to be compared, to be judged, to be very critical on of ourselves. I've been there, you know, my English was never good enough, or my other skills. We always have excuses not to pursue our creative dreams. Always, you know, it is amazing. It's truly amazing. But at the same time, the moment we start pursuing, then the life force starts to come. Do you agree with that, Andrena? That this is something like that?
Yeah. But I just going back, that picture of you with the gold outfit on, it looks fabulous. Where was that?
Well, this is the concert in Glastonbury Church, in St. John's Church, in the big church in the middle of Glastonbury. And this is the concert with my Mystical Birds. We're going to have a lovely show during the Shaftesbury Fringe Festival with the music and stories from Mystical Birds, and we will be very theatrical. I mean, all members of the band are quite, especially our bass player, is fantastic in dressing up, and he encouraged us. And now I have a full selection of dresses, head decoration, all sorts of things, wings, and I love it. It's just being like, you can transform yourself into magnificent, mythical creature. And we are, all of us are mythical. We are more than this flesh, you know. So if you give yourself a little costume, it just makes it fun and love. And of course, art allows us to do that. But I think that we should kind of play with how we dress up, or play with our communication style, you know, bring a little bit more color. For me, color is very important. I love colors. You cannot see it now because my background is so black, but I love colors. It's something I really, it's important for me. So the outfits, the wings, the hats, different dresses. Oh, we have all the background noises. All of this is actually helping me just to be more me and more playful in life. And that playfulness, I think, is a part of creative process. You know, if we allow to be playful again. And are we allowing ourselves to be playful again? So I when you were asking me what title I would like to give to our show today, it is actually a contemplation on creativity, because, you know, my gift is growing, and I'm daring to share it. You can find me on YouTube, you can find me on Spotify under my name and under Magdalena and the Mystical Birds. Yet it's not the end of the story. It's actually, I'm not here to show off. I'm here to encourage you that you have that gift, you know, and it might not be singing. It might be something else, you know. I work with jinkies, with people, and their creative gifts can be so varied. It can be working as a team. It can be working as a leader. It can be working as a nurse, as a carer. It is so many ways to be creative. And yes, Jeff is just showing a little line about the project Mystic Nights, which I'm going to share in the autumn. And as I have some confirmed bookings already, and other people I'm just talking about it. And it's just that idea to actually create a show where I share my gift and many of my spiritual songs, and my beautiful hammer dulcimer, which I will share with you in a minute, has that etheric, mythical, beautiful, mystical element. Yes. And my band is Mystical Birds. It wasn't my name. I didn't create that name. It was my best friends who created that name. But I feel like the blend of that and stepping into that, and the show will show you that you have a mystic inside you, and that mystic is hidden in your gifts and your CD, your highest vibration of your hologenetic profile from the Gene Keys. And it's simple. So I believe that the show can be very enriching on many levels for the soul. So it will enrich you because you will come out with something for you. You can go to the website and see, like you did, Andrena, go to the genekeys.com and generate your free hologenetic profile with the simple description of your 4 fundamental gifts of 4 spheres, which is the life work, the evolution, the radiance, and the purpose. But then the hologenetic profile, it consists on many different spheres, which is the spheres of what our, who we are. We are paradoxical. We are not compatible. And I just say it to people all the time. But the moment we start to kind of holistically, hologenetic is the word, holistically look at ourselves, accept that, yes, I am a creator, but also I'm afraid to share, and yes, I would like to be an artist, but yes, you are a fantastic mother. And there is reason, my hologenetic profile shows me that I need to be a mother or care about those who are weaker than me. Not interestingly, I work with special needs and elderly. It is like, why these things happen to my sphere? Wouldn't it be easy to have a simple job in a business and just, people say, oh, Magdalena, you're so clever. You could get any job you would like and earn any money you would like. And I say, well, probably yes. But would it be my life? I was never drawn to that, And talking about the Gene Keys profile, it also shows you where are you hiding from yourself, and you're hiding from your prosperity. Where is your prosperity, and why you're not allowing that to happen. Yeah, this is the GeneKeys.com website, and a wonderful mystic talking about the word mystic, which I love, and you can see that in my life is just kind of coming more and more into play. Is Richard Rudd, a wonderful, wonderful mystic from Devon, Andrena.
Oh, is he? Right.
Yeah, he's hiding himself in Devon. He's appearing lots online, but not many live events, as he's a full-time writer. So the genekeys.com is a wonderful starting point. And then I work for the Polish community, for the Gene Keys Poland, for Gene Keys Polska. And I started a hub with my friend, and we are building the community in Poland. And through that community, I've been doing, over the, lockdown help us, to be honest.
Yeah.
To actually launch it all to the next level and start building the community. And I've been seeing hundreds of people, and seeing their profiles. And it's just amazing. And I know nothing about them, but they feedback what they say back. Or they say, oh, I wish it's not there. And I say, what is not there? I mean, that shadow. I said, do you feel it in your life? Oh, yes. I said, this is yours. And that shadow, that low frequency, is not here just to repress us. It's here to be transformed. So any place in your hologenetic profile, when you see those places like, oh, I don't like it, these are the places to look deeper and say, actually, I'm going to step into my power and do. It's interestingly that when I generated my hologenetic profile at first time in 2016, so 7 years ago, I just burst into tears because the pearl sequence, it is the free, the top little triangle with the little the blue dots at the hologenetic profile. It's called the pearl sequence, and it is talking about our true expression in the world. Let's do a Jinkies profile. We'll do it. That's a good idea, Jeffrey. We'll do that. You know what? Would you like to do yours? Because unless I can give mine and I can say how it is, if you want. Yeah, I will give you my date of birth in a comment.
Because I know when I put my info in, I've not looked at all. I've scanned through and read so much.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have to look at it later.
Okay, so what are we doing? Who are we doing?
You can do mine if you want. I sent you my details. So
okay, I'll see what's on.
So you have my date of birth, you have my time of birth. It's morning, it's AM, and then you have my city and a country. City should do it. I was born in Poznań, a beautiful city in Poland, in West Poland. So that the website is very generous. It is very beautiful, and you can find lots of materials about the Jinkies if you want to go deeper and deeper and deeper. It can take a lifetime. It takes me already 7 years, and I'm still discovering more. Obviously, working with other people helps me every time to come back to who I am and what that picture shows us. Interestingly, last week I had a meeting, consultation with a young lady, and I glanced on her profile, and I thought, oh, she loves maths. Yeah, that was my kind of, it can be, you can put your email or my email, doesn't matter, and it will not, you will not get any junk from that, Jeffrey.
Okay.
Because if you want to tick the box to get the news, which is fantastic, you can do that, and you will not regret it. But equally, you cannot tick that box, then it's okay.
How did you come across it?
Sorry, how did I come across it? Well, it's a good question. I think that we come across things. It's like I feel like the Shakti Dance found me, so I could become a Shakti Dance teacher, and I didn't search for it. It just came. It just was there. And then in 2015-16, I started to question who I am. I had let's say, you could say, the dark side of the soul, the dark night of the soul moment. And I needed answers. My brain is very much into kind of, I want to see the answer. I'm digger, the hologenetic profile shows me as well. I have quite a lot of line ones in my profile, and it's digging. So I was digging, and I came across, I asked first astrology, then my cousin suggested human design. And after a couple of months of human design, I was not satisfied. I was getting an answer about my shadow and why I am not who I would like to be, what holds me back. Right. And Rauru was a fantastic mystic, and he was working, he gave such a gift to the world. Yet, his descriptions were extremely intellectual and very much about the shadow. And if you are not brave enough to look into your shadow, you actually can be stuck. And I felt stuck. And then a friend of mine from the human design community, I was very active there. He said, look into the Jinkies, maybe this is your answer. And it was just like, oh, this is my answer. For that time, for this moment, it is still now. And Richard always says the Jinkies comes to you because it chooses you, and you may stay with that as long as you want. Maybe you can get the insight you need and you can move on, or it can be your companion for life. It is a map for life. Funny enough, talking about this mathematician, this girl who actually was a mathematician, she said, I asked her, how do you know about the Jinkies? And she said, well, from the polymathematician, called Robert. What is his full name? Grant is the last name. Robert. I need to have a look. Jeffrey, I think, Grant, polymathematician. And he is saying, and he is a genius, mathematical genius. And he is kind of discovering lots of new numbers, new patterns, new possibilities in maths. Yeah. So we're talking about the level of genius in maths. And he's finding that gene keys and the calculations plus the spectrum of consciousness, which is giving us shadow, gift, and the CD. This is the closest model to who we are. He said, I didn't find anything else. I tested everything else. And that one is the most accurate. And it was like, and that's why she contacted me, said, I would like to know more and tell, I would like a consultation and we can talk about it. So she had some knowledge already, but she wanted to dive deeper. And I am a Gene Keys guide. So I do one-to-one sessions, and share that knowledge with people.
But I definitely, I think I was in number 43 was my life path or genes, whatever.
Life
right. So, and I was going, oh my God, that's spot on. That's me. And, we were having a laugh about it. And so, later on, I would like to sort of, I like to print things off and see them in front of me. I don't like doing on screen and what have you. So I want, and there's also a little audio recording of very busy here this morning. Which I haven't listened to. So I thought, well, I suppose that gives you a little overview.
I suppose the best is just to go to the website and see how you resonate with that. You are already hooked, Andrena. You know that there is something in it.
Yeah, definitely.
Then the next step is just to listen to what you feel drawn to. And if you think that actually I am ready to have a discussion with someone else who can help me and kind of see it holistically from the top, or you can just launch yourself for a couple of months or couple of years journey to discover it step by step. There's lots of materials and genekeys.com offers lots of different materials, from books, through courses, through all sorts of things. Some people like to go deep. I am the one of that. I love to go deep. But others may find it that, they just want to know a little bit, and that's okay. And it's also just letting know that it is one of many available systems which are helping all of us to see our true nature. And I think that our mind needs it more than anything else, because we are so much in our head. So if we are able to persuade our head that what we feel, what our body feels, what our heart is yearning is true, and the hologenetic profile will show you that, then you may have enough courage to say, actually, I'm doing it. And then you start making changes. And that is challenging because your relationship will change.
Right, 20 past 9, Jen. Sorry, he's doing mine as well. But yeah, I mean, I must admit, I found it really fascinating. And like I said, I'm going to go back on and read and listen to the little intro, if you like, and
if you ever feel ready, contact me. And I know if you listeners, there's my website and my email address, and you can just come and contact me. The beautiful thing is I just jump a little bit from subject to subject, but for me, when that's this in this 2016, if we go, this is Andrena profile.
Did it say I'm a 43 somewhere, Jeff? Or I thought
1, 2, 4, 49.
What is the top one? It's 1.6, isn't it? You are Scorpio, Andrena.
Yes.
1.
Are you Scorpio?
Yeah.
So you have 1 and 2 as your programming partners is 1 and 2. 1 is creation and 2 is direction. So your biggest challenge in life is to find the direction
Oh,
and to
tell me
follow
about
your
it.
heart.
Yeah.
And then because of that, you will be able to really be a creative force in the world like nobody else. My mom has the same pair. No
Really?
wonder she needed to find, you need to find self-expression, some kind of expressive outlet. Otherwise, you will not be happy in life. And it can be, you know, for my mom, it was her hobby as a music, but then she became a family constellation therapist, and did her training when she was in her 50s. And she is busy all the time and being so creative during those constellations. It's unbelievable what she's trying to do and help other people to find the answers. It's really, really fascinating. So yeah, Jinkies number 1 is the first. It's actually not the first. It's the young principle for the whole system because it is rooted in I Ching. And number 2 is the yang, yin. No, it's a yin aspect. So if we say yin yang, 2 should be 1 and 1 should be 2. But because we live in a patriarchy, you know, the numbers were giving the way it is, that the first one is the male principle, which is being creating and yeah, kind of, I see it as planting, sowing the seeds, or impregnating a female. Male has lots of seeds, and then it needs direction, a vessel of the female. It can be a fertile soil, it can be a womb, or will be back.
Fascinating.
Yeah. When in a right moment, it will be, coming into the creation of the new life. So it is very fascinating. So for you, Andrena, it's very, very important to not to allow yourself to be completely lost in a world, but finding the focus, and that focus comes from your heart. It is the heart energy. And beautiful thing about 2 is being in the right place with the right people. I hope that you're finding
Definitely.
it. I'm seeing your Facebook page. You're all traveling to beautiful places and meeting wonderful souls, and they are creating and reshaping your path. If you're in with the wrong crowd, your creativity will be nothing will happen. Yeah. And I mean, the principles, Jeffrey, applies to everybody, because the Gene Keys is describing the world and how the world works. And we, in our DNA, we have all the codons, we have all the materials. So those which are in our hologenetic profile are kind of prolific. They're the most important. But we have all of them. So if Jeffrey doesn't have one in his profile, but he will resonate with that, that play, that dance between creativity and direction, because it applies to everybody. And that is the magic. I mean, the more I know the Jinkies, the more I understand the world. I understand other people. I understand why they don't resonate with me. And I understand why they do resonate with me. And those who don't resonate with me, they're not necessarily bad people or anything like that, but it's just different frequency. And I may annoy some people, and I know that. Who is she? I mean, the thing is, who she thinks she is. Yeah, who she thinks she is, that she's calling herself singer-songwriter. She doesn't get any world acknowledgement. Well, I get local acknowledgement, and that's probably enough. If
right,
one
Jeffrey.
day it will come further. And today I am in front of Australian audience, so I am going further.
Exactly.
But it's not about, there's so few on the top and so few who are famous, but there's so many who are amazing. And I think that we need to get to that principle. You are amazing. Your work is important. Even if we reach a few hundred people or a few thousand people. And we know that the audience is growing because we're doing the right thing.
Yeah.
And then, when we will be our time to leave this world, we can just look back and say, I did all I could to live a happy life. And my creativity is a very important part in it, rather than, You know, it was boring, or I didn't do anything important. Well, most of us don't do anything important because, you know, life is to be playful. Even being a mother is a play, isn't it? Or it can be very serious.
But we always say we act our shoe size. So I'm a size 5.
Yeah. Well, beautiful, beautiful.
Right. So here's Jeffrey. How does any of this resonate with you, Jeffrey? Can you
what is your life work, Jeffrey? What's the number? I cannot see, so because you're quite small.
34.
34.
4.
Oh, and then you have 20 as an evolution. Majesty, Jeffrey, and being amazing in the moment. No. It's a gift which is you're quite strong, and majesty usually applies to good athletes, to good sportsmen as well. You know, those who have good build, I would say. But it's about claiming your majestic force, because your aura is big. People see you, people notice you. You are fast. You want to do things fast, because 34 and 20 is the channel of the quickest channel in human design. So the thought process, the emotional process, everything is fast. And then that's why, Jeffrey, if there is a fire, you potentially, because of your gift of being very present in the moment of your 20 gene keys, you will be the person who can help amazingly and be very present in any moment of danger. You know, you are the person who is amazing in the present moment. So don't dwell too much on the future. Just be very present. And the force coming from that is like people, when you come, it's like, here he is. I love it because my mom has 34 gene keys. Again, my mom, bless her, in her pearl sphere. And I always call my mom. I said, Mom, you are a queen. And when she does her family constellations, she sits down in her chair. And she, you know, she's over 70 years old. And she sits as a queen. It's a throne. It's a beautiful. I said, Mom, you are in your majesty right now. You know, how amazing it is. Claim that. Sit in a most amazing chair. I said, oh, it is because it's the most comfortable. Yes, because you deserve the most comfortable chair. You also need to be visible by other people. You need to see others in front of you. This is like the queen does. The king does the same. You know, he is there to be recognized. And his job is to be present and answer anything which is currently needs some help, and then he will have guides and other people who will help to build his kingdom. Yeah, it's a teamwork. It will, you know, it's lots of things. But yeah. So Jeffrey, I'm bowing to your majesty.
Well, I'm not.
well, just tell you, Andrena, that in a hologenetic profile we have 3 frequencies. Yeah, we have shadow, we have gift, and we have the seed. And the more energy and focus we give to the gift and to the seed, then the more effective we can be, and the more stepping into our power we can be. If we dwell on our shadow, Jeffrey, what is in English the shadow of 34 gene keys? I know the Polish name, but it's that the English just went away. Weakness. Sorry? No, if we go to the profile, so scroll down, and then the top sphere, you cannot see it. You need to change. This 34 has 3 bounds. Frequency.
It's got 20,
3
22.
words. So it's majesty top. No. It's 34. We're looking at 34, line 5, which is actually
it says majesty, strength,
Jeffrey. And
what?
And the shadow is
your fixer.
No. Majesty is the CD, the top word. Then we have strength as your gift. And what is the shadow?
Where do I look for shadow?
Top sphere 34. You see this?
Oh yeah, majesty.
Complex.
Oh
yeah.
Majesty, strength, force, fixer.
force
majesty,
any
force,
moment, Jeff, you forcing things because of you have willpower, you have lots of power. Anytime you're forcing things or forcing other people to do something, you are in your shadow. You know, it is simple like that. Anytime we attempt to force things, and then we are out of sync. And it's how to be in your strength without forcing. I mean, this is a good contemplation. It's a good, you know, it's like, well, that strength comes from people recognizing you, and that strength comes from your perseverance, but without forcing. If you feel that, you know, there is a strong opposition, and then you do more and more and more in life, usually it will end up in troubles. Yeah. So it's, I mean, it is a fascinating thing. Obviously we can look into, you know, it's my usual consultations last 1.5 to 2 hours, and it is about touching the top of the iceberg. But the beautiful thing is that, you know, like for you, Jeffrey, you have line 5, so you are a fixer, the person who is actually reach far beyond your locality. So you have big impact. And the big impact can be, you know, can be big or bigger or huge. Yeah, we have the gradation in that as well. But it's a line of impact and sorting out issues which other people cannot sort out. So this is usually people who are managers, who are responsible for some projects, who are in charge, you know, and it's very karmic as well. So you will drawn to people like maybe Andrena working closely. Maybe it's a karmic relationship with Andrena. Who knows? You need to kind of manage to be with, you know, manage her.
Excuse me.
Love it.
Anyway,
you're locking that in, Andrena. You've got that in here. You're renting space there.
no. Anyway, it's about time we moved on.
Yes. Well, we can come back. I love it.
My purpose, 37. My purpose, is that the
final? It's beautiful. Your purpose is it's actually opposite to your life work, because we are paradoxical. It's about equality, and it's about being very tender, very soft, very gentle, very kind. So can you see how paradoxical we are? In a world, you will be seen as a strong person, as a strong personality, for sure. But then inside you, what will make you a strong person will be your kindness and your softness and your kindness and your gentleness. Yeah. So not through force, but through gentleness, you become strong.
Okay.
Yeah? That kind of thing. It's paradoxical, but when we stop at each place, we suddenly see the whole picture. We see the paradoxes. You know, we see the complexity of each of us. Right. I have my dulcimer behind me. Karmic relationships with comic relationships. Oh, I like the comic one.
Yeah.
Beautiful. I have my dulcimer just here. So I will just move it closer to the mic and closer to you, and then do something like that. Can you see it?
Yeah, beautiful.
So you will not see me, just my hands.
This is a harp, is it?
No. This is the hammer dulcimer. Still tuning, which is good. So it looks like a harp, but it sits on a table, and I have 2 hammers. You can see my hammers. We'll see where would be best. Yeah? You can see my hammers. Good. I will just go. Oh no, this is too low. Or maybe something like that. Okay. So this is my mystical instruments. I play the piano. Oh, there's an echo. What happened?
I can't hear it. Can you? I can't hear it. Echo.
No, you cannot. If you don't hear it, that's good.
No, I can now.
Well, I haven't changed anything.
You moved.
Well, I moved the computer. That's not good.
Right. That's better. It's not. No, it's not. No.
So you hear
Okay.
that? You hear?
I'm not getting any feedback.
You're not getting any feedback.
I am.
Oh, not now. So it's not from my side. Then.
Yeah.
So Jeffrey, you don't hear any feedback.
I'm hearing you talk and Andrena talk. Yeah.
Okay,
I
but no feedback.
can hear an echo.
It doesn't matter. If Jeffrey doesn't
Okay,
hear it, it's probably not going to affect anybody else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I will share a song with you. And during the playing the song, I will take off my headphones so it will not mess up my head. Shall we do it this way? So you will have to listen to the song.
All right. That's good.
Okay, I will start. Okay, so my lovely people, I would like to share this beautiful instrument which I play my softest songs with, my healing songs. And I would like to share the song Returning to Balance. Returning to balance, returning to balance, returning to balance on this earth. Returning to balance, returning to balance, returning to balance on this earth. Returning to love, returning to peace, returning to joy, returning to bliss. Returning to balance, returning to balance, returning to balance on this earth. Returning to balance, returning to balance, returning to balance on this earth. Returning to love, returning to peace, returning to joy, returning to bliss. Returning to balance, returning to balance, returning to balance on this earth, on this earth, on this earth, on this earth.
Very good.
Thank you.
Are they very expensive?
Well, a couple of £100.
I've got a reverie harp. Have you ever seen the reverie harp?
No.
No, it was made in Australia.
Okay.
I'll see if I can get Carol to bring it in. We went to a concert last night and we took it to show the main guy there. Hold on, she's bringing it in now. Yeah, but that was beautiful. I love the sound of the dulcimer.
It is very beautiful, I must say.
Thanks, Angel. Here's
Similar. I mean, you can find those instruments all around the world. But you play with your fingers, it will be more a harp. But however, this one will be more dulcimer because harp is open. It has an open frame, and this one has a sound box. So it is more in a dulcimer family.
No, it's very beautiful. Yeah.
Hey, I remember Tim Weeder. He had that one that was made in Basel, Switzerland, and it's like you lay down on the instrument, which was like a big lute, and had a guitar, had the hollow there, and underneath it he had 52 strings, and he just to pluck it and it would vibrate through the that Swiss timber. Absolutely fantastic. And he had it in Glastonbury as well. Yeah, Tim Weeder from Eurythmics.
Yeah, I mean, there is lots of wonderful music around, lots of wonderful creators, and and this instrument again, I feel like it chose me rather than me choosing it, because it just came to my field, and I just said yes, I want it. And this is when we follow those strong impulses for yes. This is where we usually keep this is the answer. If we say like maybe or something, then it's not meaningless. It's without the meaning. And if there is a strong yes, then you know that you are into something. So,
Definitely.
yeah. I'm planning, part of the Mystic Nights, which I want to share.
Sorry, I didn't get that. You were.
No, I know. Good. I know. So part of the Mystic Nights, which I want to share, will be about music with the dulcimer, and the kind of high vibrational music, or transformation of the shadow. How we can transform the shadow.
You want me to play this?
Oh yes, that's a good end. Or maybe not end, but that's a thrive. Yeah.
Try, my friend, do try, not only survive in these challenging times. Try, my friend, do try, and be the light which can show the way. Don't be so serious, it's only a game. Spice with laughter and you can see again how to play. Don't be so stubborn, relax and don't push. Come to the stillness and you will be moved to the much better place. Try, my friend, to try, not only survive in these challenging times. Try, my friend, to try, be the light which can show the way. 'Cause you do deserve what's best for you. Don't be afraid again to move and try, even in a dark night. 'Cause you do deserve what's best for you. Don't be afraid again to move and dance like a desert breeze can. Try, my friend, do try, not only survive in this challenging time. Try, my friend, do try, be the light which can show the way. 'Cause move and thrive, even in a dark night. Cause you to the surface, whisper you, don't be afraid again.
All right. We'll see what happens this week.
Fabulous.
Tomorrow.
What beach were you on?
Show taken off us.
In Bridport.
No, yeah, I did wonder because I can tell, like, obviously it's different sand. So, yeah. Oh, that's been absolutely fabulous. I've so enjoyed you sharing and playing your beautiful instrument. And yeah, all what you're doing is fabulous. So obviously keep on doing what you're doing. And with the Genie information, I think it's given a lot of people of food for thought, and they can download the free profile like we've just done, and then take it further with you if they choose. So yeah, so thank you very much for being our guest this week. It's been an absolute delight.
And there's one.
Let's play this. This is
Right,
pretty
Thank
good.
you. I love how you say Andrena. Oh, we will do it. I love when you say Genie profile. This is magical. It's a gene keys, but you call it Genie, and I love it completely. Yeah, let's play. Let's play Mystical Bird.
Right.
Hey,
It's our little promo of the band.
what's this? This is Polish. What does this mean?
Yes. Well,
What's that? No? Take it
Is
off.
that to buy the instrument?
It's difficult to say. It's yeah. We can talk about it, Jeffrey, later.
Okay.
You can
All
send
right.
me the message. We can talk about it later. Yeah.
Oh, did someone hijack it? Sorry about that. Sorry. Okay, let's get into this.
In an empty room, arguing louder with the critic within. I'm not going to be fooled by you. Say no, it has been only a challenging day. I don't understand what's happening, but I know for sure something big and amazing. It's amazing as I cannot imagine it. It's happening now. It's happening now. Dive inside with your whole heart. Press that button. Just know when to stop. Oh, stop. Full of light and insightful.
Yeah. Fabulous.
Very good.
Yeah.
That was
So talking about creativity, this is my creativity that I want to ensure you that in each of us is a beautiful well of potential. So dare to explore it.
All right.
Brilliant.
Brilliant.
Okay.
Thank you, Rach.
Brilliant. Okay. Well, thank you everybody for tuning in, and same time, same
Thank you for the
place next
invitation.
week. Thank you.
Stay there.